Good evening. Welcome to the Easthampton City Council meeting for Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. The meeting tonight is being recorded and broadcast by Easthampton Media on Charter Channel 193 and live streaming on their YouTube channel. All councilors and participants in this meeting are gathering remotely on the executive order by Governor Baker extended to April 2022, which allow us to do so. I remind both the member of the council and of the public to remain mute until recognized by the president. Also, for members of the public, please remove your camera for the duration of the meeting unless you are participating in public speak time of the public hearing. In celebration of the Black History Month, I would like to share a quote from John Lewis. When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up. You have to say something. You have to do something. John Lewis. Black history is American history. This meeting is now called to order. Barbara.
Connie Denham.
Here.
Salem Derby.
Present.
Omar Gomez.
Here.
JP Kaczynski.
Here.
Tom Peak.
Here.
Brad Riley.
Here.
Dan Rist.
Here.
Lindsay Rothschild.
Here.
Owen Zarrett.
Here.
Please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Liberty and justice for all.
We have minutes to approve. I will take a motion to approve the January 19, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara?
Connie Denham.
Aye.
Salem Derby.
Aye.
Omar Gomez.
Aye.
JP Kaczynski.
Same.
Tom Peak. Tom Peak.
Aye.
Brad Riley.
Aye.
Dan Rist.
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild.
Aye.
Owen Zarrett.
Yes.
Motion passes. Public speak time. Anyone from the public, they want to say something to the council, please state your name and address for the record. Any from the public, they want to say something? I don't see anyone. It's too early for the public hearing. Any communication for the elected official boards or committees? Councilor Zarrett.
Thank you, President Gomez. I feel like I disappointed you last time, so I'll just say a few quick things. Just to piggyback off of your statement earlier, obviously, I just want to reflect on the importance of Black History Month. And I'm thankful that things worked out, that we'll be discussing the Juneteenth resolution tonight. It's just the way that everything fell, and it's very poignant that that will be coming up later in the meeting. Just want to really thank quickly one of our great community partners, new community partners, River Valley Co-op, for all they do to give back to the community, and to see how well things kind of all piece together. This month's Change for Change recipient is City Space, which we all know there's a lot happening there. And I just want to also acknowledge Councilor Rist's wonderful letter to the Gazette. There's been a petition that everyone knows about, or I think has seen, to get a traffic light at South and Main Street. That's on change.org. I don't have the link right in front of me, but if you were to go on there and search for Easthampton South and Main Light, you should be able to find it. I think it now has over 500 signatures, probably close to 600. And that's the request of state's assistance. And again, thank you to Councilor Rist on your work on that. A couple public safety things. I saw a few councilors out working with the fire department on ice rescue training. It's great to see people skating on the pond, but also have to be aware that it can be dangerous at times. But also just to know that I love to see the collaboration between our public safety and the council. On that note, also, a couple of police officers were involved with the walk to Mountain View School today. Good to see them getting out and engaging in community events. And then also our third arm of public safety, DPW, thanks for getting the roads clear in the last storm. There have been a few discussions about the new LED streetlights. Those are getting addressed. If constituents reach out, please have them connect with DPW. They've been very responsive. There's just a lot of lights to get to. That's it, President Gomez.
Thank you, Councilor Sarek. Any other councilor? Seeing none, mayor's communication. We don't have the mayor tonight, so we don't have any communication from the mayor. We have still is 6:05, so we have enough time to go to correspondence announcement from the president and the vice president communication. We have Amy and Cindy Mujica. Amy from the Safe Passage, Cindy Mujica for Diversity and Inclusion Liaison for Easthampton High School. They want to address something to the council. Ms. Cindy Mujica. You're muted.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to see you all. We're here today to promote our youth initiative. My name is Cindy Mujica. I work as a diversity, inclusion, belonging liaison at Easthampton High School. And one of our projects is in conjunction with Safe Passage. And Amy is here to talk more about it, what we did, we have done, and what we're going to do. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cindy. Hi, everyone. My name is Amy DiCaprio. I am the prevention coordinator for Safe Passage in Northampton. Thank you so much for making space for us here tonight. We were here, I think, in the spring to talk about our upcoming programming, but I think there might be some new folks here. So I'm just going to give a brief overview of the program and where we're at right now, because we are recruiting for an advisory group for the spring, and there's some space for adult stakeholders as well as students from the high school. So I am happy to answer questions about that and give you a little bit of information. So it doesn't seem like I have the option to share my screen. Is that correct? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. All right, let me, oh wait, yes I can. Thank you so much. Okay, so, sorry, bear with me just for 1 second. I'll just, while I gather my screen sharing capabilities, I will just let you know that the collaboration between Safe Passage and Easthampton High and Community Action Youth Programs, it's called the Say Something Youth Initiative. And it's an adaptation of Safe Passage's violence prevention curriculum. There are two components to the youth initiative. One is an in-school curriculum, and the other is an extracurricular leadership component. So I don't know why my screen won't share. I'm so sorry, everyone. Every 9th and 10th grader at Easthampton High will receive the curriculum in health classes for 9th graders, and then through some other class for 10th graders. We just completed our first round of delivering curriculum to 89 9th graders at Easthampton High this year. It went fantastic. And we also just completed our first youth advisory group, which is our, as I mentioned, our extracurricular leadership component. And we had 9 youth advisors who participated in that. They each received a $100 stipend for participating. They met monthly. Their role really is to help shift culture and support of healthy relationships on the campus of Easthampton High, really for all students, with an emphasis on LGBTQ students. So we are in the process right now of recruiting youth advisors for the spring advisory group, and also recruiting adult stakeholders who might want to participate in that group as well. And that can be, really anyone who has a connection to youth at Easthampton High, connection to the city, connection to the high school, et cetera. We have some really exciting opportunities for professional development for adult stakeholders. We're going to offer some closed workshops of safe passages, say something curriculum for folks, for faculty at the school, for city council if you all want it, for the school committee if they're interested. And yeah, hopefully just get everyone involved in this really exciting project that we're really excited to be working on. So we probably have, I know I just flew through all that, time for some questions if anyone wants to ask anything. And let's see, if there is an email address for somebody, I can send out some materials afterwards. Yeah, I see Lindsay Rothschild, you have your hand up.
Well, Amy, before you go, you can send it to me. I will share with all the counselors.
Oh, great.
My email is hgomez@easthamptonma.gov. Cindy can share with you my email.
Okay.
For the record, she's my wife.
Okay.
So she can, she know the email.
Okay.
Councilor Rothschild.
Great.
Thank you, Amy. Can you tell us more about the ways that adults can get involved in terms of the advisory role? Is that like just what that looks like?
Yeah. Yes, I can. So I think that this is working now, which is exciting. The advisory group, this slide here is the details, really is for youth, but it just has some of the, let's see, so the advisory group meets after school one Wednesday a month. So in terms of the time commitment, that is basically the time commitment. These are the meetings as they're scheduled for spring. There's a youth only orientation that's happening the first Wednesday of March. And then as you can see, there's one meeting monthly through the end of the school year. So those go for about an hour after school. They meet in the Diversity Center, which is Cindy's room at the high school, after school from 2:15 to 3:15. And the advisors for a good portion of the roles that they'll be taking on are going to be self-driven and self-directed. They'll decide what priorities they want to see the group working on. One project that we have set already is the Say Something program at a Safe Passage. We have a supplemental book called a field guide that sort of accompanies our adult curriculum. We're going to be adapting the field guide to accompany our youth-facing curriculum. And so one of the projects that the youth advisors will be working on this spring will be to adapt that field guide. So adults will be able to play a supportive role in that process with the youth advisors. So that's one of the projects. This is for the payment, but this is my contact info and our website. And you can actually, I believe, just scan that QR code with your phone and it'll take you to our website if you do that up on the screen, if you don't have a pen or something like that. But like I said, we'll also be offering our adult curriculum to adults that want to get involved. We can do like a closed workshop series for adults that are part of the advisory group. And our curriculum is it's a violence prevention curriculum, bystander intervention curriculum, skills-based, where folks learn about assertive communication, setting healthy boundaries, and things like that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Amy. Any other counselor have any question for Amy or Cindy? Say no. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Cindy. Amy,
so
please send that information by email. And I will share with all the counselors, and we're going to share the QR in our Facebook pages, and that way people can have it. All right.
Great. And then the only last thing I'll say, I forgot to mention this, and I'll email this to you as well, is that we have some information sessions coming up next week. We have 2 scheduled for youth, and we have 2 scheduled for parents, caregivers, and other adults. And so I'll send you the information with those in case there are folks here who might want to attend one of those info sessions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before moving to public hearing, I just want to make an announcement. The announcement is the Easthampton We the People, for the 5th year in a row, they won the state champs. And I want to congratulate them. I think they're doing an amazing job. And I wish them the best luck at the state level, at the national level. They're going to nationals in April. So again, I think the We the People is doing amazing, and congratulations. Now we'll take a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to open the public hearing. Barbara.
Salem Derby,
Aye.
Omar Gomez,
Aye.
JP Kaczynski.
Aye.
Tom Peak.
Aye.
Brad Riley,
Aye.
Dan Rist,
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild,
Aye.
Owen Zaret,
Yes.
Connie Denham.
Aye.
Motion passes. The public hearing is open. First, we have city ordinance amendment. Councilor Derby.
Thank you, Mr. President. So this is something that we brought forward in conjunction with the Juneteenth resolution. And when we did the Juneteenth resolution, we realized that we needed to update the city holidays, which we had recently updated. I don't know if you all remember, it was just a couple months ago. And so one of the things that was we failed to update the first time was the half day before Thanksgiving. And this piece specifically is to add Juneteenth, Independence Day, on June 19th. And so along with this, we have a resolution, and I'm gonna turn it over to Councilor Zaret for him to read the resolution as well. And just for everybody's information, this passed Ordinance Subcommittee 3-0.
Councilor Zaret.
Thank you, President Gomez. Yes, so this was something that we were working on for a while, is sitting kind of on my docket. And by the time the state, the Commonwealth, and then the country got around to acknowledging Juneteenth, I still felt it was worthwhile putting forward. And then we had some pressing issues in Ordinance Committee. And like I said before, it just kind of worked out perfectly that we're having this discussion during Black History Month. So sometimes the universe lines up for you that way. So as Councilor Vice President Derby mentioned, there was some housekeeping that had to be done after we passed and affirmed Indigenous Peoples Day in lieu of Columbus Day. I was notified by the clerk that the half day before Thanksgiving was not a holiday, and then with Juneteenth being acknowledged in the Commonwealth and federally, we needed to add that in. So there'll be a motion shortly to just amend section 2.8 in holidays. And then following that, we put forward, after discussion in ordinance, a resolution, basically the city recognizing Juneteenth as a city holiday. Obviously, again, this is a state holiday, it's a federal holiday, but I do think it's very important, especially in 2022, when as far as we have come, there is still significant racism in our country, that it's very important to acknowledge this holiday and affirm the fact that we do indeed recognize it here. So that's my introduction, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Sarek. Any councilor have any questions to the councilor? Seeing none, anyone from the public have any comment or questions? I don't see any. Councilor Sarek.
Mr. President, would you prefer that I do this as two separate motions? One to accept the amendment to the actual holidays, and then to read into the record the resolution?
Please do.
Okay. So first, I'd like to make a motion to amend city ordinances as follows: to amend section 2/8 holidays to include Juneteenth, which will fall, as you can see in the previous packet, will fall between Memorial Day and Independence Day, and then to strike the half day before Thanksgiving, which was previously listed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to amend Chapter 2, Section 2A, holidays. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara?
Omar Gomez,
Aye.
JP Kaczynski,
Aye.
Tom Peak,
Aye.
Brad Riley,
Aye.
Dan Rist,
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild,
Aye.
Owen Zaret,
Yes.
Connie Denham,
Aye.
Salem Derby.
Aye.
Motion passes. Councilor Sarek.
And then, Mr. President, in the form of a motion, I'd like to read this resolution into the record. Resolution of the City Council of Easthampton to recognize Juneteenth as a city holiday. Whereas Juneteenth celebrates the end of slavery in the United States, is also known as the Emancipation Day, Juneteenth Independence Day, and Black Independence Day. And whereas President Abraham Lincoln decreed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, the proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves are and henceforward shall be free. And whereas news of the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation was withheld in parts of the United States for 2.5 years, and this freedom was not made known to many enslaved African Americans. Whereas because freedom from slavery in the United States came to enslave Black people in different parts of the United States at different times, emancipation celebrations are often called by different names and take place on different dates. Juneteenth recognizes that on June 19th, 1865, the last enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, were informed that slavery had been abolished. Whereas organizations across the world in a number of countries also recognize June 19th as the end of slavery and to celebrate the culture and achievements of African Americans globally. And whereas racial injustice and violence towards African American citizens has resulted in national protests, demonstrations, and a unification of voices crying for a need for judicial racial reform. And whereas in July of 2020, Juneteenth was officially recognized as a holiday in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and June of 2021, Juneteenth was officially recognized as a federal holiday. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of Easthampton, Massachusetts, on this day, February 2nd, 2022, that Juneteenth is hereby officially recognized as a holiday in the city of Easthampton, and be it further resolved that the day shall be spent in recognition of the social and cultural significance of the abolition of slavery in the United States, and punctuated by the gravity of historical and ongoing racial injustice in our country.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this resolution. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara?
JP Kaczynski,
Pleased to be the first to say aye.
Tom Peak,
Aye.
Brad Riley,
Aye.
Dan Rist,
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild,
Aye.
Owen Zaret,
Yes.
Connie Denham,
Aye.
Salem Derby,
Aye.
Omar Gomez.
Aye. Motion passes. Now we have the second item for the public hearing is the amend Appendix A, Traffic Rules and Orders, Section 124. Councilor Sarek.
Thank you, Mr. President. So this item is to create no parking on the southerly side of Wamelco Way down near the Southampton border. A business owner down there brought this to our attention as both the current state of repair or disrepair of the road, as well as how narrow the road is, and the requirement of most of the businesses down there to bring in tractor trailers with parking on the southerly side of the street that made it very difficult for access for both commercial vehicles, as well as if there is potential need for access by emergency vehicles. This was brought forward and deliberated prior to my time on the Public Safety Committee. I know that it was recommended to the City Council 3-0, but with your permission, Mr. President, I would like to turn it over to Councilor Derby, who has better knowledge of the discussion, just for any comments, if that is okay.
Councilor Derby.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Councilor Zara. And I would say the president could also speak to this, as he was the chair of public safety as well. And I think Councilor Zara did a good job introducing the item. I think the only thing that I would add is one of the reasons for this proposed change is that property that has been basically dormant since it was an asbestos factory, I think about 50 years ago, is being repurposed and is being reused and is going to be in service soon. And they're going to have a real need to have that Wamilco Way accessible. And one of, I think, the chronic issues was a tractor trailer that was parking for extended period of time on I believe it was the southerly side, and was causing traffic impairment during construction. And so with the need for emergency vehicles to be able to access that area, with the need for commercial vehicles to be able to access this area, I think that was one of the main reasons why we felt like it was important to make it no parking on the southerly side there. And I would defer to the president, Mr. President, if you have anything else to add.
Thank you, Vice President Derby. I'm not going to add anything else because I think you two both councilors explained it really well. It's basically is for safety reasons. That building is going to have people going in and out because there's going to be a lot of employees there, and they're going to start working pretty soon, and they need easy access for the emergency vehicles to go to that particular building. That's the main reason, and that's what, like Councilor Sarrett stated before, we vote 3-0 at the Public Safety Committee when I was the chairman. Any other councilor have any questions? Anyone from the public have any question or comment? Seeing none, Councilor Sarrett.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I'd like to make a motion as follows: amend Appendix A, Traffic Rules and Orders, Section 1-24, which is entitled Parking Prohibited in Certain Streets at All Times, to add the following: Wamilco Way, southerly side, entire distance.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to amend Appendix A, Traffic Rules and Orders, Section 124, Parking Prohibited on Certain Street and at all times, by adding Wamilco Way, southerly side, entire distance. Barbara.
Tom Peak.
Aye.
Brad Riley.
Aye.
Dan Rist.
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild.
Aye.
Owen Zarrett.
Yes.
Connie Denham.
Aye.
Salem Derby.
Aye.
Omar Gomez.
Aye.
JP Kaczynski.
Aye.
Motion passes. I will take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to close public hearings. Barbara.
Brad Riley.
Aye.
Dan Rist.
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild.
Aye.
Owen Zarrett.
Yes.
Connie Denham.
Aye.
Salem Derby.
Aye.
Omar Gomez.
Aye.
JP Kaczynski.
Yes.
Tom Peak.
Motion passes. Report and standing committees. By request of our city planner, and I do agree with him because I think family is always first. He wants us to work in property first, and if anyone opposed, I will start taking the property committee report. Seeing none, Councilor Kaczynski.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Property Committee met yesterday to discuss the matter. of putting together a memorandum of agreement and having that memorandum of agreement be endorsed by the council to authorize the mayor to take certain actions with mass development. This all comes as we consider very exciting work, and that is the repurposing and the reuse of the properties at the 3 elementary schools on the Pepin School, the Center School, and the Maple School. As we approach those schools closing, we hope by the end of the school year. And so we'd like to dovetail that closing with having some ducks in a row, such as having a good understanding of the deeds. The deeds are very old, and are the property boundaries well defined? What are they? The questions that would be asked by a buyer of such a property. We're anticipating putting the properties on the market, and those questions really should be answered. What's the public infrastructure? What's the condition of that infrastructure? The water, the sewer, utilities. What's available? Is there gas? What's the size? All of these kinds of questions are important for a buyer to make a good decision, and for us to receive as many qualified buyers as possible. So with that in mind, the planner Bag and the mayor have worked and met with mass development, and we're very excited actually that they could be involved in this work to give us their expertise in kind of pulling all of this information together, in addition to coordinate the appraisals on the property, to look at by camera at the condition of the actual sewer and sewer lines and the lines at the property. So that's going to cost some money. It looks like that'd be capped at an amount of about $65,000 from or less from the memorandum of agreement. It would be for the council to give the mayor the go-ahead to do this or to not. And we've been asked to consider it. The property committee has voted 3-0 to make a recommendation to endorse the authorization, or recommend to the council that we authorize the mayor to enter into the agreement. At this time, would there be any questions from any of the councilors? We do have Planner Bag here.
City Planner Bag, you want to add something?
I guess, no, I really appreciate that. Councilor Krasinski did a great job. It's really just taking a second to just take a look at the bigger picture. I think that is the action tonight, is to authorize, have the city council authorize the mayor to enter into this agreement. That's the action. But we are working on kind of multiple tracks with the school reuse elements. And so this is one of them. It qualifies as due diligence. And I think Councilor Krasinski said it, is that at this level, having 3 of these properties that we want to release at the same time, anything we can be doing to eliminate questions and provide information it'll make the people who look at the properties and potentially respond with proposals, it'll make them all stronger, clearer, and more realistic. So that's kind of this track that we're taking now. We did apply for a grant. The state revamped their entire grant programming over the last 2 years, and they described it as one stop for growth. So I do encourage people, if you do want to learn more about where we are at, there's a web page under the planning department under current projects. The school reuse committee meetings are there. All the information that we've been gathering is there now, and including the grant. So we didn't get it, but Mass Development came back to Easthampton and said, we do want to support you in this project. Their goal and mission is to help municipalities set the stage, prepare, and do this kind of work to make these properties easier to redevelop. So that's their primary goal, and that's why it fits well with us. The agreement, sets forth a payback period, but the discussion that we had last night And the understanding is that that's only applicable if the city gets net proceeds from the sale of the buildings. And none of this is determined at this point, but a lot of our expectation is that we will get an appraisal done, and that will allow us to let the properties go for lower than the market value. If you take affordable housing, for example, if we really want to encourage affordable housing, then we would lower the cost of the properties below the market value. And if that's the scenario that plays out, then we will not have to repay back these. We will not have to pay back mass development, and so they're aware of this. And so that's really some value added, is that they're offering these services to us with the goal of, for example, converting them to affordable housing. So that's really the win-win for us, is we're getting these services at no cost, and that's the expectation. We will and I'm almost done. So we are charting out a course where before the properties are released, it involves city council. So that's the RFP process. The request for proposals has to be submitted and reviewed by city council before it goes out. So the reuse committee is, like midway through that process, then it will be sent to city council. So the city council will see that, understand what's happening, and then we will, presumably release these properties for development proposals. And so we're kind of gauging April or May for that information to come back to city council. And then our target is to hopefully release the RFPs, before the schools are vacant. That's one of the things we're really trying really hard, is to be on top of this. We really don't want the schools to be vacant or have them be vacant for the shortest period possible. So we're doing all these steps, kind of based on that goal. So with that, I just wanted to add that kind of like bigger picture context.
Thank you. Any councilors have any question to Councilor Kwasinski or the City Planning Act? I don't see any. I just want to make a comment. I think this being proactive with these 3 buildings is good, and knowing all the information ahead, the way the mayor and the school committee can present it to the city council is amazing. I have to say thank you for being proactive and to bring the all information possible to the council. That way we can make a good decision when that came in front of us. Thank you. So, Councilor Kwasinski.
With that being said, I'd like to make a motion to authorize the mayor to execute the memorandum of agreement with Mass Development to assist the municipality in documenting existing conditions, including property surveys for the 3 school parcels and the public infrastructure utilities in the adjacent areas, and supporting the town, the city, in establishing property values through appraisals for the disposition process to promote job creation and economic development. The project within the municipality for Park Street, the Pepin School, 9 School Street, the Center School, and 7 Chapel Street, Maple School.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for Mass Development Memorandum of Agreement for the elementary school reuse. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara?
Who seconded that? Sorry, I missed it. Okay. All right. Dan Rist.
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild.
Yes, hi.
Owen Zara.
Yes.
Connie Denham.
Aye.
Salem Derby.
Aye.
Homer Gomez.
Aye.
JP Kaczynski.
Aye.
Tom Peak.
Aye.
Brad Riley.
Aye.
Motion passes.
This concludes the property committee report.
Thank you, Councilor Kwasinski. Finance, Councilor Rest.
Thank you, Mr. President. The first thing I want to announce is our regularly scheduled Wednesday meetings. We're going to make a change for the next meeting to accommodate Councilor Denham. We do want to keep our Wednesday meetings. They've been regular, but it's important for our discussions to include Councilor Denham. So the next meeting will be Thursday, the 10th at 5 p.m. For all involved, I sent out an email and Our auditor is unable to make it, so I would also announce that the quarterly fiscal reports and COVID-19 grant funding reports will be taken care of on the 23rd, which is a Wednesday, so as not to worry Hadel or Jen on those items. I would now like to make a motion. We have already reviewed the council clerk stipend and have a new ordinance. And because it is an ordinance, it needs a public hearing. So I'd like to make a motion to set a public hearing for the revision of the council clerk stipend for our next meeting on February 19th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to set a public hearing for the next meeting. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara?
Lindsay Rothschild,
Aye.
Owen Zaret,
Yes.
Connie Denham,
Aye.
Salem Derby,
Aye.
Omar Gomez,
Aye.
JP Kaczynski,
Yes.
Tom Peak,
Aye.
Brad Riley,
Aye.
and Dan Rist.
Aye.
Motion passes. Councilor Rist?
Next, I need to make an amendment to one of our agenda items. That is the grade study of our own city council appointees. We need to add a study of Exhibit B, the range scale for the pay plan, as that has become an issue that we need to discuss. So I'll make a motion to add to the city council appointee grade study, also the study of pay plan Exhibit B.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara?
Owen Zaret,
Yes.
Connie Denham,
Aye.
Salem Derby,
Aye.
Omar Gomez,
Aye.
JP Kaczynski,
Aye.
Tom Peak,
Aye.
Brad Riley,
Aye.
Dan Rist,
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And all of the items on the new business, which I'll do a first reading when we get to that part of the agenda, will be also discussed on the 10th. Thank you very much, Mr. President. That concludes.
Thank you, Councilor Rist. Public Safety, Councilor Sarat.
Thank you, Mr. President. We just had the public hearing to discuss the parking lot Melco Way. Public Safety will be meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. in these virtual chambers. We will have Fire Chief Norris at our meeting to review the Fire Department annual report, which will also coincide with the quarterly Fire Department report, and discuss other ongoing agenda items. And this concludes.
Thank you, Councilor Sarat. Appointments, Councilor Rothschild.
Hi. We had 3 new appointments before us in the Appointments Committee, and we voted 3-0 to recommend the confirmation of all 3. There's Zachary Bonas to the Affordable and Fair Housing Partnership, Stan Diamond to the Commission on Disability, and Molly, known as Myra Goodwin, to the Commission on Disability. So I'd like to make a motion to confirm all 3 appointments with a term expiration 12/31/2022.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the appointment of the 3 new members. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara?
Connie Denham,
Aye.
Salem Derby,
Aye.
Omar Gomez,
Aye.
JP Kaczynski, Tom Peak,
Aye.
Brad Riley,
Aye.
Dan Rist,
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild,
Aye.
Owen Zaret.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I just wanted to add that we have a lot of openings and we have a lot of vacancies on committees and boards right now. So I posted the vacancies on my Facebook. If you could do that, fellow counselors, and also just share with people you see in different spaces, that encourage people to apply that might not think of themselves as committee and board members, that everyone's perspective and skills is, for people who have the will to contribute, is welcome in our city. As soon as the Omicron mellows out, I've been working with Laura Fisher to have a table at the farmer's market. We were going to have volunteers from different committees and boards to table that and just kind of recruit people coming through and share what the committees and boards do. So as soon as there's opportunities for in-person outreach, I'm going to be working on that. But in the meantime, just spread the word. Look at the vacancy sheet, think about people you know, and encourage all types of people to get involved. And our next meeting is a week from today, which is February 9th, is that right? And at 4 o'clock. And thus concludes.
Thank you, Councilor Rothschild. Ordinance, Councilor Derby.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Ordinance Committee met on the 27th of January, and we were able to do a little bit of a catch-up and priority setting for what we have on our agenda now in the new term. And so I have some dates to announce. We have a meeting on February 17th at 6 p.m. Where we're going to be looking at the Ordinance Review Committee's report and digging into that a little bit. We have a meeting on March 3rd where we're going to take a more of a deep dive into the vacant storefront ordinance. And hopefully have members of the EDIC and some other stakeholders involved with that. We have a continued public hearing on March 8th with the planning board to look at the other piece that we have on affordable housing, the smart growth overlay and the planned residential developments. And I think that concludes.
Thank you, Vice President Derby. Rules and Government Relations, Councilor Rist.
No report this evening, Mr. President, and no meeting scheduled.
Thank you, Councilor Rist. Ad hoc committee, we have the Senior Tax Work of Committee, Councilor Kwasinski. You have any report?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just wanted to say that I would ask the councilors to look forward to a March presentation of an examination of the program to date from its inception and with recommendations for the council to make to the mayor. So I would hope that the president would join us for that meeting, if not appoint himself to the meeting, to the senior tax work-off for that purpose. But your presence would be greatly appreciated. Sorry to put you on the spot here. So, if so, I will coordinate with you, and we look forward to a report in March.
Do you already have the schedule a meeting or not yet?
We do not. So I was
okay. Thank you, Councilor Kosinski.
Thank you.
New business, Vice President Derby.
Thank you, Mr. President. So we have two pieces of new business tonight, and then for the Interdepartmental Transfer and the Supplemental Appropriations, I'm going to turn those over to Councilor Riss so he can do the first readings on those. So the first item that I would like to, in the form of a motion, send to Public Safety is adding an ongoing quarterly review of public safety departments added to the public safety agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to add an ongoing review of Public Safety Department safety agenda. Any further discussion? Seeing no, Barbara.
Salem Derby.
Aye.
Omar Gomez.
Aye.
JP Kaczynski.
Aye.
Tom Peak.
Aye.
Brad Riley.
Aye.
Dan Rist.
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild.
Aye.
Owen Zaret.
Yes.
Johnny Denham.
Aye.
Motion passes. Vice President.
Thank you. I would like to, in the form of a motion, move the following mayoral appointments to the appointment committee. The first one being Connie Dawson for the Energy Advisory Committee as an associate with a term expiring 12/31/2024, and Mary Louise Morris to the Commission on Disability with a term expiration of 12/31/2022.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to move the two mayoral appointments to the Appointments Committee. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara.
Omar Gomez.
Aye.
JP Kaczynski.
Yes.
Tom Peak.
Aye.
Brad Riley.
Aye.
Dan Rist,
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild,
Aye.
Owen Zaret,
Yes.
Connie Denham,
Aye.
Salem Derby.
Aye.
Motion passes. Mr. Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. President. And for the last pieces, I would like to turn that over to the Finance Chair, Councilor Rist.
Thank you very much. For a first reading, after I make the first readings, I will be making a motion to send these items to Finance and to set a public hearing. The first reading is an interdepartmental transfer. The amount requested is $2,000 to be transferred from the reserve fund, $2,000 to be transferred to the city council advertising budget, $2,000 for the purpose of providing additional funding for the city council legal advertising for the rest of the fiscal year. The next item is a supplemental appropriation. The amount requested is $20,000 to be transferred from the cannabis account to be transferred to legal, $20,000. The amount requested for the following purpose: to cover the deficit for legal expenses that were incurred from title assessments for the Union Street design project. Next item is another supplemental appropriation. The amount requested is $32,254.21 to be transferred from free cash to be transferred to the following areas: the computer miscellaneous professional service account, $11,552.74. Computer equipment account, $1,561.47. Computer telephone account, $12,140. Computer forms and supplies, $2,000. And computer peripherals account, $5,000. For the following purpose: to supplement the IT department budget. The request is to cover the department operating costs. It will supplement the insufficient FY22 budget, which was a replication of the FY21 budget without adjustments. The last is a supplemental appropriation. The amount requested is $325,200 to be transferred from free cash. So $325,200 to be transferred to the following accounts: fire department medical expenses, $9,000. Fire education incentive, $125,000. Fire equipment annual service, $25,000. Fire department EMS incentive, $135,000. Fire department miscellaneous professional and technical services, $20,000. Holiday pay, $9,000. And the uniform account, $2,200 for the following purposes. I'm not going to read all these purposes. They are published, but it is for to match, to increase the budget for these items, which were not made for with the FY22 budget back in June. And this is to cover those expenses. I now make a motion to send the 4 aforementioned items to Finance Committee for review, as well as to set a public hearing for our next meeting for all 4 items.
Second to all 4.
We have a motion, a second for the interdepartmental transfer supplemental appropriation for the public hearing February 16 at 6:15 p.m. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Barbara.
Connie Denham,
Aye.
Salem Derby,
Aye.
Omar Gomez,
Aye.
JP Kaczynski,
Yes.
Tom Peak,
Aye.
Brad Riley,
Aye.
Dan Rist,
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild,
Aye.
Owen Zaret.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Vice President. We look like we do all our business for tonight. I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Barbara.
Salem Derby,
Aye.
Omar Gomez,
Aye.
JP Kaczynski,
Aye.
Tom Peak,
Aye.
Brad Riley,
Aye.
Dan Rist,
Aye.
Lindsay Rothschild,
Aye.
Owen Zaret,
Yes.
Connie Denham. I guess she says no.
Look at, yeah, motion passes.
Okay.
Have a great evening, everybody.
Okay.